more people than ever before are hitting the road with their four-legged friends. Dr. Gregg Takashima is here to talk about that with us. So, you're about to travel and you want to bring your pet with you. And that's the first question. I'd argue that not all pets are up for the trip. Are there some occasions that you really, for the best sake of the pet, just shouldn't bring the pet with?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every case should be examined individually. I mean, certainly pets that are very, very elderly and very sick and you know, might have a hard time if they've never been out of the house. If they're not acclimated to the car or plane or however they're traveling, certainly they should not travel.
That's a lot of cats right there.
Right, it is. But you know, the reality is it's all based on individual pets, and they should be, you know, first off, they should ask their veterinarian.
That's a great point, because your veterinarian knows your pet. And the question that I get asked more often than anything else is, do I drug my pet? Okay. Well, if you're drugging your pet, I'm suspecting your pet's not having a good time.
Right. First off is there's less and less tranquilizers being used for pets in travel, just because, just for what you said, it sometimes makes them feel funny, ataxic, and that may make them feel more nervous. And if there's some sort of hidden occult disease process going on, that drug may affect it. But on the other hand, if your pet is going to hurt itself and you need to travel with your pet, then we do that.
Which is why, again, going to the veterinarian is a good idea.
Right.
You know, there's something called the dog appeasing pheromone, and there's feel away. These
right.
are sort of like aromatherapy for your pet, is a good
yeah.
way to put it, I think. No harm done there. Is that worth a try?
It is worth a try, although it's hard to, in a confined space, to, like if it was your car, you know, it comes in a spray or something that just releases automatically if you plug it into an outlet. And most people don't have an outlet in their car.
No.
And so, but you can do it beforehand, certainly,
right.
or you can spray the kennel of the cage for your cat or dog.
Or even your car?
Or even your car, yeah.
Yeah.
The side effects for people are kind of not totally known yet. I mean, some people have been known to try to bark and scratch at their head with their legs, but other than that...
He's not telling the truth. No, no, no. You don't mean that.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Now, when you get to the destination, or well, let me rephrase that, before you get to the destination, do you call that destination and say, do you allow pets? Now, if you're staying with grandma, right. you know. But what if you're staying at a hotel and motel?
Well, because you probably went to the veterinarian first and had a physical exam and made sure your pet was healthy, your veterinarian can help you answer that question. They can direct you to many, many websites that will tell you about pet-friendly hotels along the way, pet-friendly restaurants and bars, and of course, for grandma, I think you need to call grandma.
And what if grandma has other pets? Again, not always a good idea to introduce your pet. Might not be fair to that other pet.
Right, and that's something, you know, that the veterinarian can help make that decision based on his or her knowledge of that pet's personality. We won't know grandma's pets, of course, but we could ask about the situation. And for the most part, I think most times I see it, it seems to work out if they are, you know, animal savvy people. So should be not a problem.
Now, one way to do it is by car. Another way to do it is by air.
Mm-hmm.
By air, if you have a dog that's small enough, might be able to go in the cabin with you. But what if you have or a cat? What if you have a large dog? Do you advise against traveling, unless you really need to, where they're held in cargo?
Yes. I don't know if I advise against it, but I advise that the client get educated on how that carrier transports that very valuable family member. And the carriers nowadays, the air carriers nowadays are much more pet friendly, and they have a much better understanding of the needs of a pet. But I still would check with them, see how, if it's pressurized, you need to know what the tarmac temperatures is, how long that plane is going to sit there, and what happens if you get delayed. You know, where does that animal go? Does it get taken out and put back in air conditioning, or if it's freezing out, does it get put back in warm? So those are things that you need to find out. Certainly, you know, we need to be advocates for the pet. But my experience has been is that overall they've been better than they have in the last few years, and certainly I see more animals traveling more than ever than before, at least through my practice. So.
Yeah, lots of tips about traveling with your pet. Lots of places to find them. ASPCA.org is one place. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay, you bet.